This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
Trubisky will throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Hey, gotta go.
From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A Chicago first down, the former Jag Allen Robinson on the catch from Trubisky. On first down, they run with Howard. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Now Trubisky to throw on second, and this is incomplete.
Used to have a coach used to tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. Finding Gabriel complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on third down.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. On second down, here's Trubisky. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
All right.
On second down, here's Rodgers. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Cobb. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. They go with Howard to begin the drive. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one goes for 24 yards.
Gotta go.
On first and 10, it's Trubisky. Looking deep for Gabriel. Oh, wide open, complete. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. And even 40 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's first and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Trubisky with the give to Howard. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively.
18.
They go play action with Trubisky. And it's caught. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here, and just load up for it and see what happens.
Lock in.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears. They come out here, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Mitchell Trubisky scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Bears are in for 6. And oh, it's no good. For the second time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. Here's Parkey now set to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packers making their way out. As we look back to last year, I don't know that anybody foresaw how things would play out. Heavy favorites in the NFC North, but the injury to Aaron Rodgers that cost him more than half the season, ultimately too much to overcome.
And when you think about how Green Bay has played over the last 10 years, there's been a lot of sameness to them, and that's been good. Continuity, offense, defense, coaching staff. But a lot of changes in the offseason for Green Bay, especially on the defensive side of the ball. You'll see a severe shakeup there. But the best thing for them, Aaron Rodgers, still in a Green Bay uniform. 16 games from Aaron Rodgers always makes Green Bay a contender for a Super Bowl crown. The Bears have put an extra defender in the secondary on third down.
Yep, they're in the nickel.
Over. We are going.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. A play fake to Montgomery. Now Rodgers. He'll buy some time right. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to go out of bounds. He takes this one down shy of the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Hurry up. Down.
Rodgers now on first down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Khalil Mack in there to get him for a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Oh, look at this play call. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made it into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, when plays like that work, it's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're very deep in the playbook.
And how many times have we been at practice and heard all the other guys chirping about, you know, I used to play quarterback in high school, I can do this, until it becomes a game situation. Not quite the same in many cases.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They go play action. Trubisky. And he took the contact as he was throwing it. And the ball drops incomplete.
But they're certainly being aggressive here. It's like being a sprinter in a 100-meter dash, exploding out of the blocks, trying to push the ball downfield. Guaranteed this defense better be on their toes. They're going to be tested all game.
A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Lambeau following these words. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Rodgers now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Now it's Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And now off to the races down the right side. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction. Excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you got to circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball. And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also they have rules about where people have to be when the ball is kicked, where they have to be when the ball is caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Rolling to his right. And he's got room. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Caught by Cobb. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Working from the gun, Rodgers. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. From the gun, Rodgers. His pass caught at the 4. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks, because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And Crosby puts it through, and that lead is back down to 9 now. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. Gets around him. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he takes it the distance. No time remaining.
No cloth on the field.
Yeah, no flags, and it's a kickoff return to end the first half. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it. This is a really important drive. And well,
this is taken in. It's complete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They go play action for Montgomery, and now Rodgers lets it fly deep for Cobb. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
88.
Here's Rodgers. From the gun, he'll throw. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And the Bears take over. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
On first down, Trubisky. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Red, up. Hey, 18. Red, up.
Throwing here, Trubisky. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Gotta go.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. On the handoff, this is Howard. Fights loose. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Gotta go, gotta go.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Come on, gotta go, gotta go.
They come out here in the eye. He's going to get it running right, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
Let's go, let's go.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Going up top. And this will be caught at the 30. He got 29 yards that time. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Rodgers now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. He's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Ty Montgomery punching it in from a yard away. And the Packers get a score closer. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. Crosby connects on the extra point. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. Crosby on now to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They've been pretty anemic on this side of the football in the second half, just 3 points. And you just saw the touchdown go the other way. So it's a 2-score game. We're not done here yet.
I think everyone's on the edge of their seats now because they're anticipating what's coming. And I sense that everyone in the stadium knows they need to keep it on the ground. So if you're going to do that, hope the quarterback is stretched a little bit. Some bootlegs, right? Some fakes inside, getting out to the perimeter. Those might be open for him.
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
A give to Howard, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
He got 29 yards that time. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. And look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. The screen pass here to Cullen. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Let's go, let's go.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now it's Trubisky. And he's got Miller. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
He'll get it up the middle, and they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is...
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. They'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. To throw, it's Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And 15 yards there on the catch and run. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Rodgers again now. Being chased out left. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Rodgers will try again on second down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
I like his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Now Rodgers steps away to his left, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. The clock rolls as the Packers look to hurry things up. Rodgers to throw on second down. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Flushed out right. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Running with Howard. And that gets him a little room as he'll take this up over the 10-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season, we get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl.